My agenda for this morning.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Positive. Come sit down. Well, how long have you known Karen?
Oh, ever since you started working at Tony's place, about a year or so, why?
That's just about how long I've known her. Strange, isn't it, though, how sometimes your feelings about a person change all of a sudden?
What kind of feelings?
I don't know. While she was talking to the plumber, I got the feeling that she was... Oh, you finished already?
I wish I were. Where's Mrs. Wolek?
Well, she had some errands to run.
Listen, I gotta go back to the shop. You got a rusty connection. I can't budget with what I got now. Be back as soon as I can, okay?
Okay.
You were with Tony party last night, weren't you?
Look, Paul, I mean, I really have a million and one things.
Yeah, well, I should have figured it would have happened sooner or later. Well, I just hope that Brian doesn't find out about it. Because if he does, he'll realize what an empty gesture this whole business is. My living with the two of you. Pretending to be a father to him and a husband to you. Kids have a way of spotting hypocrisy, Pat. Do you really think you can go on like this without him sensing something? How long you've been in it, I don't know.
Oh. Get out of here.
I'd be glad to go into detail. Oh, no, it seems very complete, well organized. I would like to see some examples of your writing, though. Editorial or fiction material? Why don't I take a look at both? I'll bring them home tonight and read them. Thank you very much. I see you went to Princeton. That always seems to catch people's eye. I suppose it still seems a little strange. Oh, I don't know. I mean, actually, we have a male sports reporter on our staff who went to Sarah Lawrence, and a female trainee in editorial who went to Notre Dame. So, there you see, there really are no more surprises, are there? I assume that you're familiar with the band. Oh, yes. I make it a point to read and analyze all the newspapers where I'm applying. I like the food and fashion section very much, by the way. Particularly the fact that you've gotten away from calling it a woman's page. Unfortunately, everyone still calls it that, despite the heading on the page. I'd be very glad to give you some ideas I had about that page. Innovations, things we can do to break it up a little bit. Oh, Miss Lewis, I didn't dream of taking any free advice from you. If we hire you, I assure you that we will pick your brain from here till Sunday. But until then, what can I do to convince you to hire me? Well, I think that your resume, your writing, and this interview will be enough for me to make up my mind. So nice of you to come by. And you will be hearing from us soon. From you or Mrs. Lord? From me. Good. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Shall I leave the door open? Yes, please do. I ran into Mrs. Lewis in the hallway. Well, what did you think? Isn't she absolutely perfect? No. No, I don't think so. I'm not sure why I feel that way.
But you can't get through gutting yet.
Last time I'd say, ham and cheese on rice for you, and hamburger fried
No, I don't mean lunch. I mean special. I'll give you a hint. It's got a French name, it comes in a bottle. When you pour it in the glass is all bubbly.
Richard, you went out and you spent your good money on a bottle of champagne.
Oh, you're pretty good guessing, huh?
You shouldn't have done it.
Why not? It's your first day in the job. You gotta celebrate.
I came. It was awful nice of you to think of that. You see, I promised my daddy that...
Oh, that your lips wouldn't touch liquor until you were 21.
That's right. I bet you think I'm awful old-fashioned.
No, I think it's strictly your business. But I never considered champagne to be liquor.
Has it got alcohol in it?
Little bit.
Then it's liquor.
Doesn't taste like liquor. You ever tasted it?
No, I told you.
I'm not gonna drink it alone. Hey, I'll tell you what. You take it home, give it to your landlady, and have her put it in the refrigerator, and then sometime when you want to celebrate, you'll have champagne.
I got a feeling Miss Hopkins will drink it first.
Oh, sweetheart.
I think so.
Oh, yeah?
At least it seems that way sometimes. Of course, my daddy told me some people need it to keep them going. Now, I'm not criticizing, but sometimes she and Mr. Blue, he's the guy that lives in the room right over mine, sometimes late at night down in the parlor, they play music together. Did you know Miss Hopkins plays the cello? And I think, along with the music, I expect there's some hooch being swilled down there.
I expect you're right. Tell me about your father. He sounds like an interesting man.
Why do you want to know?
Just curious. Did you ever get curious about people?
I believe in minding my own business. About me, Richard.
Funny.
It just makes fun.
Becky. Becky, have I ever once made fun of you? All right, I'll start. You can ask me anything about myself you want to. Anything at all. Go on.
I can't think of what to ask.
See, I thought you'd never ask. I was an Eagle Scout. As a matter of fact, I was the youngest Eagle Scout in my troop. And I played football in junior high school and prep school.
What's prep school?
Well, that's like a high school in the East, they call them that. Now, I played tight end. That's when I hurt my knee. Then they moved me to defensive tackle, because you don't need so much speed there. Hey, you still awake?
Oh, yeah. I just don't know too much about football.
All right. Let me think what other achievements I can tell you about. Oh, I played sousaphone at Princeton. You know what is a sousaphone? Well, it was invented by John Philip Sousa. You know the guy who wrote all the Martians?
Uh-uh.
Well, you know Stars and Stripes Forever.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. And I heard of Princeton, too. That's college, right?
That's where I went to school. A lot of famous people went to school there. F. Scott Fitzgerald, Woodrow Wilson, Bill Bradley. A terrible thing happened there a few years ago.
What?
They let women in. I'm only kidding. I thought it was a great idea. Well, I'll tell you the story of my life. Not your turn.
I can't. I gotta get back to work. Mr. Briggs will crown me.
Hey, that's cheating.
Pat, I'm really astonished. I mean, Miss Lewis seemed to have all the right qualities.
Try.
I'm Rebecca Lee Hunt. I'm the new copy girl. I just started work today. I was wondering if maybe...
What's that accent?
Accent?
Where are you from, young lady?
North Carolina.
Would have said East Tennessee.
You wouldn't be far from wrong. I'm from Fletcher. That's up in the mountains, just a little over the state line. Where are you from?
North Adams, Massachusetts. Know where that is?
I reckon it's just a little north of Adams, Massachusetts. Is that right? I was wondering if you could do me a big favor, Mr. Bottomley. I need to look up something in a back issue of the Banner.
How far back?
August 1st of this year. You haven't back that far?
Young lady, I have every issue of the Banner back to the first date of publication, June 11th, 1847. August 1st, you say?
And each issue after that, if I could please, sir.
So tell me what you're looking for. Maybe I can help you.
Oh, I wouldn't want to trouble you, Mr. Bottomley.
Okay. You got a minute, Pat? I came back because I think I owe you an apology. I've been thinking a lot about what you said this morning, and you're right, of course. The trouble is that you got along so well before, I feel like I'm still married to you. It's kind of hard for a guy to get that out of the system.
I understand. I get it by myself sometimes.
I know. And if it weren't for Tony, Well, I guess there's no point in singing that old tune again, is there?
Oh, I appreciate you coming by, and if I said or did anything to hurt you this morning, I'm sorry, too.
How about that dinner? Sorry, your secretary wasn't at her desk, so I assumed... That's okay. I was just leaving anyway. How you feeling, Tony? Very well, thank you. Good. Glad to hear it. See you later, Pat.
Oh, thanks for coming by.
What's he doing here?
Tell me, he works here.
And you don't need me to run my whole jealousy number, do you?
No, I don't.
Damn it, I am jealous.
You have no reason to be.
Oh, how can I be so sure of that?
Because I say so. Look, what are we arguing about? I thought we agreed this morning that under the circumstances...
Under the circumstances, we're doing okay. Are you hungry?
I'm starving.
How about that dinner?
I thought you would never ask.
Where would you like to go?
Anywhere you want.
These are the first 2 weeks in August. Let me know when you get through these.
Thank you, sir.
So what happened the 1st of August? That's pretty fascinating.
We had a lot of emergencies today, didn't we? Sure have. I am pooped. So am I. Well, another hour we can go home and drop. Well, you can drop for both of us. I have to go to the free clinic after this. Jenny, you are either awfully dedicated or a glutton for punishment. I'm not sure which. Maybe a little of both. Look, it's Dr. Vernon with Dr. Craig's secretary. What's her name? I forget. Carla. Oh, right. She certainly is pretty, isn't she? Huh? And Dr. Vernon? Well, what does that Doesn't he turn you on? Well, certainly does not. Well, I'd go out with him in a second. He's old enough to be your father. Who cares? I like mature men, especially when they look as good as he does. You know, I thought you were crazy when you transferred out of his office. How come you did that, Jenny? Oh, well, I like working with children. Oh. Excuse me, I have to get back. Well, it'll be nice having you here. I mean, I've really let this house turn into a mess since Mom got it. I'm not a good housekeeper.
Oh, it isn't that bad, Sam.
I don't know, it just seems like I can't do anything well. Especially not anything practical.
Oh, what does that mean?
Well, Mrs. Clay, I just got turned down for a job as a waitress at Tony's place. Tony, the boss said, you don't have any experience. Well, how am I supposed to get this experience if no one will hire me in the first place?
Look, honey, that is just one of life's little riddles.
Well, it's ridiculous.
Oh, don't worry now, because I'm sure that whatever you put your mind to doing or getting, you'll get it.
Oh, please, Mrs. Clay, let's just forget about the power of positive thinking in this house. It just doesn't work.
So what happened on August the 1st that you want to read about?
Nothing.
Is that why you're reading a paper that's a couple of months old?
Maybe I just like old news.
That's one of the things I like best about you, Becky.
What?
You lie so well.
Places, but you'll get someone to hear the tape probably. That gives you two different alternatives, and in the process you may come up with some more ideas as you go into that aspect of it. I spend most of your time, though, with your script. I've seen enough Hollywood scripts to know one thing. They're pretty simple, so keep them simple. Do some things visually with it.
All right. Thanks for your help.
My pleasure. Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Your mother is the one who brought it up.
I'm sure she did. Yes. I guess I'm irritated with you because whether you deserve it or not, I wish you had said no.
But Carl, I got the impression from Sadie that it wasn't just to help me out, that she really just wanted to go back to work.
Oh, yes? Well, so she thinks.
Also, if I turned her down, she'd have just gone out and found herself another job.
I know. That's why I said it wasn't fair for me to be annoyed with you. Particularly since I know that you like her and respect her.
Carla, I love your mother. But I can understand your concern.
You see, it was bad enough that she had to work so hard most of her life out of necessity. But why now? When there's no reason for her to be doing it, when she doesn't need the money, when even if she did, I would support her. It just kills me.
Carla, have you tried to look at it from her point of view?
Of course I have. She says that she needs to keep busy. Fine. But why not something new? And particularly, why not something less taxing? Why not volunteer a couple of days a week here at the hospital? I mean, can't you see my mama up in the pediatrics ward cheering that bunch of kids up there?
I sure can. But Carla, if she can't see herself there, what can you do?
Well, nothing, apparently. Although I haven't given up trying.
Selfishly speaking, she couldn't have walked into my life at a better time. I really do need her, Carla.
I realize that I'm fighting a losing battle, that she probably isn't going to listen.
Or change her mind. Because she's doing what she wants to do.
I guess she'll be happy. I just wish I felt good about it. think that way. I mean, I never used to. I really didn't think you did.
Well, you know, I know about your mind, but terrible thing that happened, Sam. It still is, I'm sure.
Look, I know. We're just supposed to pick up the pieces and go on, right? I mean, life goes on, right?
Well, it's the only thing you can really do.
Well, every time I turn around, I've got new pieces to pick up.
Oh, Sam, now, I'm not going to pretend now that I know what you're talking about. Baby, I don't want to mix in your business or anything like that, but I can point out a couple of things that I know about facts.
Well, you're not going to give me a lecture on listen?
Darling, you've got to remember that you have your whole life ahead of you. No matter how rough things are. Now, I know it's hard at times, but there's always tomorrow. Well, I've got to finish my job. Listen, darling, is there anything I can get for you? A soda or something like that?
Oh, I don't want you to wait on me.
Oh, well, I wasn't thinking about waiting on you. I was just thinking about, doing something for someone who is not so happy right now.
Thank you. No, I think I'm going to be going out.
Listen, I just put some dinner in the oven. Are you going to be around to eat it?
No, I won't.
Well, then should I? So you want to leave a note for your daddy or something?
I have no message for him. Thank you, Mrs. Britt. Bye-bye. Larry, are you sure we should have told Karen that I was coming over?
What's the matter, guy? Sit down, make yourself at home. Karen? Honey? Okay, honey.
Hi, Larry. Hey, what are you doing here? Oh, well,
Oh, I just invited Jenny home to have dinner with us so we get right back to the free clinic.
Clinic?
Yeah.
Larry?
Oh, what's the matter?
Well, you were not supposed to go to work at the clinic tonight.
You make some plans I'm not aware of?
No, as a matter of fact, last week, if you remember, we were, like I said, it was talking about this business trip. And you're going to be gone a whole day and night, and we're talking about going out dinner, dancing, the night before you left.
Yeah.
That's today.
Yeah, I know. As I recall, you mentioned that just as I was falling off to sleep, and I said that...
Yeah, it was fine, and it sounded great.
If I could get away from the clinic. Maybe it's academic anyway. I mean, it's so hectic down there this week, there's no way I can break away tonight.
Well, that's just wonderful. That's just great, Larry. I mean, I thought that maybe finally I was going to get out of this house for an evening, and maybe get served dinner instead of cooking it and go dancing.
I'm sorry, all right?
I'm sorry, Larry.
Where's Danny?
Danny's spending the night at Tommy's because I figured that we'd be getting home late. Look, why don't you relax, have a drink or something, and I'll cook. I mean, that way you can get out of cooking for one evening. Danny, there's nothing to eat in the house. Except some stuff that's frozen. Forget it, but thank you.
But why didn't you call me this afternoon? Find out more about this evening.
Because I guess I figured that I would be disappointed, and I wanted to put that off as long as possible.
Well, I'm sorry, we're not going out. That's that, and what can I do? I'm sorry. I'll tell you what, I'll go over to the delicatessen and pick up something to eat, some sandwiches. What do you want? Pastrami, all right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and I'll be back right away.
Well, I guess I'll get out of this dress. I don't want to get any mustard on.
All right. Cool it. See you in a bit.
I just don't believe him sometimes. Karen, why do you fight it? The lifestyle, I mean. The working late, working at the clinic, that's part of the doctor's life. As a doctor's wife, you have to put up with it. And look, just before you give me the big lecture, let me ask you, okay? And before you answer it, I want you to really think seriously about it, okay? Sure. Is it fair? Is it really fair
that I never get to see Larry anymore, that I never get to do anything with him. I mean, he never, ever takes one evening off. He never spends one evening with me. Look, you should start looking on the bright side of this marriage. If you throw away Larry's love, you're a fool. I know that's strong, but that's the way I feel. About what? I guess about what you were talking about. About the fact that I might be capable of throwing away Larry and everything. What? I don't understand anymore. I really don't feel in control of anything. It's like I'm two people, Jimmy. It's like I'm me, you know, the real me, and then other women. I don't really know at all. But I can't do anything about her. I can just watch her. I'm serious. But maybe you're just changing. Yeah. I'm changing. But into what? Maybe it's your last big resistance to maturity. Oh, if you knew what I felt about becoming mature, I'm sure it's like, in my mind, about the same thing as becoming a grown-up, wind-up Barbie doll or something. You just wind her up and she does everything just right. Smile. Inside. Look, you're not a doll. I mean, if you feel dissatisfied, you can always get a job and go back to school or something like that. I mean, you just have to feel that you want to be mature. You want to be a married woman. I think I'm finding out that I just want that less and less. Scares you. You should see what it does to me.
Brad do?
Well, Brad, maybe more than Sam.
Oh, well, he looks mighty grown to me. Listen, look, whether you believe it or not, your children are grown. And you've got to stop worrying about them. And you know as well as I do that kids pay no attention to their parents once they feel that they are adults. Look at you. Now, you did all right professionally for yourself. You gave up psychiatry at the hospital.
So you're saying that I should turn my attention to myself now?
Oh, why, certainly. Well, like I told you before, now you're a handsome man. And you should think about your own happiness. Hey, why don't you find yourself a nice lady friend, you know, a lady that you could fall in love with. I mean, for the rest of your life.
Say, you are talking like an 18-year-old girl. Like falling in love automatically means happiness. Now, you and I are both too old to believe that fairy tale.
Oh, you speak for yourself, buddy.
Hey, what kind of manners are those trying to shut the door on my face?
Oh, what kind of manners is it? You follow me around all over the place?
Well, I knew when you wouldn't sit next to me on the bus that you didn't like me tagging along.
You know, all those people on that bus thought you was crazy. You sitting there talking 10 feet away. I mean, not saying nothing like I didn't know you.
It would always work because I made you laugh.
Oh, come on, Richard. Why don't you just go home and leave me alone?
Let's just face the fact that I'm not going to. There, that's settled. Hey, what were you planning to do about eating?
I wasn't planning on doing nothing because I ain't got no money.
Oh, that's all right.
And even if I did, I ain't hungry. What I was planning on doing was taking a nap. I ain't used to running around on my feet all day.
Oh, I understand that. Sweet dreams.
What are you doing?
Reading. You're finished napping, then we can think about eating. Dinner at your favorite restaurant? Your favorite diner?
I ain't going out to dinner unless I can pay for it. And you sure as hell ain't sitting here till the end of the week. And furthermore, there's no way I can get in that bed and take a nap with you sitting there.
I'm not going to read out loud. You can sleep with me here.
No, I can't. I ain't got nothing to do with you reading.
We're not still talking about that you don't trust me number, are we? Well, come on, Becky. Name me one thing I've done to make you think I'm untrustworthy. Just one. Ah. Oh, all right. I'll get out of your room so you can take a nap.
Good.
But I'm just going across the hall to see if I can talk Mrs. Hopkins into letting me use the kitchen so I can cook for her.
What?
Yeah, I can be just as stubborn as you can, Miss Becky Lee Hunt. Since you won't let me take you to dinner, I'm going to cook for her.
What, are you crazy? Are you some kind of sissy? Men don't cook.
Oh, they don't they?
No.
Well, I'll show you a thing or two, Miss Hunt. not taste like black-eyed peas, but there are one or two other things in this world that are good to eat. One bite, okay?
You really are quite beautiful, you know. And you made me remember what it is like to be carefree and innocent and wide-eyed about the world once more.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Are you hungry? There's plenty of Betty's dinner left over.
No, I've already eaten. I just came home to change.
Oh. You going somewhere?
The new disco.
I see. Well, who were you going with? Marco?
What is this, 20 questions or what?
No, I was just wondering.
Well, you know, Dad, I do have plenty of friends. I mean, every time I go out, I don't have to go with Marco.
Oh, that's fine. I hope you'll bring your friends over to the house sometime. I'd love to meet them.
Well, you'll be meeting lots of people. I mean, I've decided I want to stay busy, you know, go where the action is. That way I don't have too much time to think. Richard, it's 10:30. Do you think it's too much to ask for you to go home now?
Nope. I think it's a perfectly reasonable request, except
Now what?
I still want to ask you why you were reading the August 1st edition of the Banner.
Go ahead, you'll get the same answer. Why don't you just spare us both the bother? 'Cause I ain't got no energy left. You know, Miss Hopkins, I think, we're just two young, innocent things, just starting out on the road of life. One of us has been traveling that road for a long time.
Paul threatens past love for Tony, and Karen
door's open and the car's gone. You'll know it's safe.
Beautiful.
Go on now, just in case he comes home.
I'm going. Hey, do me a favor. Wear that pink thing tomorrow, you know, from the other time I was here.
You like that, huh?
Well, I like you in it. But just how long you'll be in it, I don't know.
Get out of here, will you?
Where were you?
I'm sorry.
All right.
What time is it?
A little after 8:30.
Well, shouldn't you be out of here by 9 if you have to be in the city at 11?
Yeah, you're right. I better get packed. See you in a minute. Go, in here. Well, good morning to ya.
Good morning. Hey, I'm impressed.
Oh, you think I was impressed if I really kissed you?
No, I mean that you're here and you're already working and it's only 8:30.
Well, you know, you gotta stay ahead of the game, right?
Uh-huh.
And besides, I figure if I start now, maybe I can get it all out of the way before the phone starts ringing. People start barging in on me.
Oh, like me.
No, not like you.
Well, don't worry. I will state my business and be on my way.
Oh, you're here on business, and I thought it was just you couldn't stand not seeing me.
I just wanted to remind you about the 2 children that are coming in from the clinic.
Right, I've got it. Right there, therapist is reserved 10 to 11 form.
You remembered?
Of course. I keep trying to tell you, I'm not totally feeble-minded. When are you going to believe me, huh? Give you a lift to the office?
No, thanks. As you can see, I'm nowhere near ready.
Well, I've got some time. Seems a waste to take both cars when we're both going to the same place.
Well, you see, I'm trying to pay some bills. That is, if I can ever find the checkbook. So, why don't you just go on ahead? I'm going to be at least another half hour.
Is Tony coming by?
He said he might, yes.
I see.
You are aware of the fact that I'm seeing you.
Of course I am. But do you know that Brian is aware of it too?
How do you know that Brian is aware of that?
He told me.
I see. Well, I realize that I have a responsibility to Brian. But I also have a commitment to Tony. And to myself.
And you made one to me, remember?
Yes, I said that there would be nothing between Tony and me.
That's right. Pat, do you think we've helped Brian at all? I mean, my moving in here, you and me staging this fake reunion?
I don't know. You know, sometimes I think that we should just be realistic and face whatever consequences may come.
Oh, you mean I should leave so that you and Tony can be together? And what happens to Brian after that? Pat, if I go, he goes with me. It's not a question of my doing anything at all. It would be his choice. Remember, I am legally his father. And if it comes down to a custody fight, his preference could carry a lot of weight.
Are you threatening me?
Pat, if I go, Brian will go with me. Now that's a fact. It's not a threat. I have to go. I have a meeting with Dorian Lord. Before you burn any bridges, Pat, you better think about Brian.
Okay, baby. I should be home around noon tomorrow. If it looks like it won't be any later than that, I'll give you a call, okay?
Larry, can I go with you?
Sweetheart, you'd be alone the whole time. I mean, I got meetings all the whole time.
But we could at least go out to dinner and maybe see a show.
Down in the Medical Association is giving the dinner, and it's members only, and after that there's a discussion seminar.
And you have to go to it.
Why didn't you think about that earlier?
No, I don't know. I guess that I'd
love to make up for last night.
We'll make it up tomorrow. Alan, I really have to go. I'll call you tonight. Okay?
I can't leave.
Come on, I'm only going to be gone 24 hours.
All right, Larry? You can't blame me. You had your chance, and you blew it.
There you go.
Thank you. You have to drink this and run.
Okay, first, why don't you tell me, why are these kids coming over here for therapy?
Well, one of them is recovering from multiple fractures from a car accident. And the other one used to have polio. He has paralysis of one leg.
Polio in this day and age?
Would you believe there are 10 to 20 million children who have not been immunized from polio? People seem to think that it doesn't exist anymore.
That's incredible. What? You're kidding me. What parent would ever neglect his child like that?
You're really getting worked up, aren't you?
Well, wouldn't you?
Oh, I just mean I'd like to see you getting so involved in something so serious. Tell me how she works out with these kids, okay? Especially the one with polio. His name is Richie.
Okay. Are you working at the clinic tonight?
Mm-hmm. Till 9 o'clock?
Pick you up afterwards?
Okay.
That is, if I get my own mess cleared up in time. Hey, top of the morning, Sam. I got coffee made if you want it.
Oh, good. Listen, I'm sorry. I will, get my coffee later. Oh, I guess I'm gonna get going. I hope I see you tonight.
You will. I'll call it. You know, if you close me up.
Bye, Sam.
Juvenile delinquent. Would you mind telling me what the idea is behind this big freeze?
Freeze?
Jenny seems to have suddenly become a sort of non-person as far as you're concerned.
Look, there's no point in discussing it. No way am I going to forgive her for what she did to Dad.
What she did to him? Come on, Sam. That whole thing at the restaurant was Dad's idea. It was his doing from beginning to end, not Jenny's. Besides which, the whole thing backfired. And Jenny and I are closer together than we ever were.
Oh, well, hooray for you and Jenny. Put the mail on your desk. Anyway, I waited for Brad to pick me up at work last night. He never even showed. Is it possible you misunderstood him? Oh, Kathy, there wasn't any misunderstanding. I told him I'd get off from work at 1 o'clock. He said he'd be there. But I thought, well, maybe he got hung up at work. So I went over to the health club. Pick him up there. The door was locked. The lights were out. All in the jumble that I am, I went back to my place to wait for him there. Well, maybe he tried to call you and you just missed connection. Kathy, I wish I could believe that. As a matter of fact, I tried to tell myself that last night. Lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. You know, I can't even go to sleep unless he's with me. So I tried to read a book. That didn't help. Took a drink. That didn't help either. You know, usually that relaxes me. Not last night. What can I say? No, you told me a long time ago. Forget the guy.
Yeah, all right, look, I've got another idea. Why don't you tell him how you honestly feel about it?
I love him. No, I mean tell him how you feel about being stood up, about being used, generally being used as a doormat. I can't do that. Why not? Because, Kathy, you don't understand Brad, okay? I mean, he's one of those guys who really believes in the double standard. He thinks that a woman should get all dressed up and sit by the phone and wait for him to call, and then if he doesn't call, that's just tough luck, but she should do the same thing again the next night anyway.
Lana, what are you going to lose by standing up to him?
Honey, how can you lose something you don't have?
Good question, Kathy.
It's a really good question. was just thinking that this is my house. I can ask anybody here that I want.
Private school?
Yes.
Is that why you invited me over?
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
How about you and me?
Exclusively.
Exclusively. Now, if I can't make you any breakfast, what can I get for you?
Nothing. I want you to stay right here. What time do you have to be at the office?
What office?
Now that's the spirit.
How about you?
What about me?
Well, don't you have to be back at the club for a butcher to make his delivery or something?
Max doesn't deliver on Tuesdays.
Oh. So, you don't have to be anywhere? And I don't have to be anywhere. How about that? Kathy, look at the time. I've killed your whole morning. Are you kidding? All I'd be doing is sitting here staring at a blank sheet of paper. If I hadn't been here, you might not have... I almost forgot when I came here. Sort of a belated housewarming present. Oh, Lana. Go on, now open it up. But if you don't like it, tell me, because I got like 17 more at home, and you can have your pick. 17 more at home? What on earth? Oh, I've got an idea. A picture. Oh, well, I don't know about the 17 you've got at home, but this one's lovely. Mcclain? Lana, did you do this? Oh, well, yeah, that's what I mean. So if you don't like it, tell me. I love it, but I had no idea. Well, hardly anybody does. I guess I'm a closet artist. But why? If I could do anything half as good, I'd be yelling at you. You really think it is? Oh, I think it's wonderful. I guess I knew you wouldn't say anything bad. That's why I decided to tell you. Oh, honey, I think it's absolutely beautiful. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hang it in the hallway so it'll be the first thing people see when they walk. Yes, and then they'll say to me, could you tell me who did that? And I'll say, oh, it's my friend, Lana Mcclain. If you're interested, I'll be more than happy to... Kathy, no! Why not? Because everybody would laugh. I mean, everybody thinks I'm dizzy and dumb. Who's everybody? Vernon? He's the only one I can think of. No, his father doesn't think too much of me either. Well, although the last few times I've met him, Dr. Vernon has been very nice. You know, matter of fact, if I could get the two of them back together, Lana, I'd stop it. What? It's wishful thinking. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, what do you know? What? Oh, nothing. Just a plumber's truck parked outside of Karen and Larry's. Kathy, I gotta go. There's a million things to do. Thanks for the advice. Thank you. It's absolutely beautiful. Hey, listen, before you go, if you want to use the phone, you're more than welcome. What for? Call Brad and arrange to have an appointment to talk to him. That's got to be Gus. What am I going to do? I know what'll happen when I open that door. So what? What does Larry expect me to do anyway? Sit around and twiddle my thumbs?
Hi there. I got your signal.
My signal?
You know, doors are open, car gone.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not wearing that pink thing. How come?
Well, Gus, to tell you the truth, I forgot. You see, I had a luncheon date downtown. In fact, if you come here 5 minutes later, I would have been gone.
You mean you wouldn't have stand me up, huh?
I told you. I forgot.
Yeah? How could you forget something like that? You're not, trying to give me the brush again, are you?
No, Gus.
That's good. I've been thinking about you a lot. You know what I've been thinking about?
I'd like to do something like that. Sure. Well, I'll check on it and get back to you then.
I'll get it. Listen, Tony, thanks a lot, you know.
Nice to see you. Goodbye. What's Tony helping you with?
Oh, just a little business math, little college assignment.
Very much.
Mm-hmm. Had a nice time, huh?
Yeah. Sam, you gonna answer that?
Yeah. Good morning. Good afternoon. Lindsay, how can I help you? Hi, Sam. It's Lana. Oh, hi, Lana. Is Brad busy? Could I have a word with him, do you think? Oh, yeah, sure. Second, hold on. Bradley. It's, Lana. I'm free.
Yeah. All right. You've gotten close to it, please. Hello.
Hi, honey. Look, I'm sorry to bother you at work, but am I going to see you anytime today or tonight?
Well, tonight I'm afraid I've got a problem. I have to get to meet with Dorian Lord. So how about tomorrow?
Well, the problem is tonight's my night off. Tomorrow night I'm working. What time's your meeting?
Late. I should do something else first.
Are you free around 8 then?
Yeah, all right. But look, I'll have to leave before 10 o'clock. I'll have to leave before 10 o'clock.
I understand. That's okay, Brad. 8 o'clock, right?
Right. Bye-bye.
He was mad at me. And we know he's mad at me when he makes demands like he's here, because I get to be here.